tables have turned, Mr. Collins. The kings don't run this court anymore. The jester does.
Season 1 only has 10 episodes, and yet it feels like it has 23. Favorite thing about the Batman Caped Crusader is that it is a slow-paced series. There's more background story given to the villains and the side characters. We know that there's a build-up to each character and what their glorious purpose is in Gotham City. For the most part, each episode has its unique story, building relationships with either Batman or Bruce Wayne. But there are so many nods to certain villains, legacies, and Easter eggs that we know are coming.
Don't seem like you're helping. Look that way to you, Waylon?
Nope.
Is it a retelling of the Batman story? Yes, but it does feel fresh. So what makes it fresh? This is Batman's first year, still trying to figure out how to save lives, trying to fight a corrupted government, stopping crime from happening, and make allies along the way. And on top of that, we get to see him struggle in certain moments.
Biff, bam, bye.
Another favorite part I love that it is a detective show. We see the evidence, interrogations, of course done by Batman, and it doesn't hold back.
You're not a thinker, you're an actor. Your job is to act the way I direct. Me, the director.
Now, people might say, well, there's a Batman animated series that was great, and now after 2 decades on top of comics and movies and so forth, why retell the story once more? And how is it going to be different? I would say many comic book adaptations to live action series and movies all have a twist to certain characters and story arcs. While the comic book reader might say, why don't they just take the story that's already written and put it exactly on the screen? Well, to that, I would agree. Why doesn't the director and writer just use the source material and then change it? Well, it's because of a comic book adaptation. It is a love letter to the source material. The director and writer read it but want to have their own spin, either at the beginning or at the end of the movie, or even in the middle. It is an adaptation of what has already been written, but some things just don't make it to the big screen. Maybe somebody drops a hint that might have been taken out, and you could only fit so much in a limited time. And some things don't have to be live action.
Ed, play with me, please.
Now you're asking, where are you going with this? Well, a couple of heroes and villain origin stories are always rewritten all the time, and that's what makes them unique. There's always a change, but for the most part, the story tends to stick to the character's arc in a way.
Spoilers.
Penguin in this adaptation is a woman, which I was like, oh, this is different, and I was more curious than to say,
ew, it's lazy and uninspiring. Ew. They don't care about the man. I hate it.
Girls are grody!
do all changes make a good impact? Most do and some don't. But I like this version because there was more depth to the character and it was a different take. She's a mom who cares about her criminal life and has worked so hard that her idiot sons would rather rat on her and have more money and power. If comic book fans love multiverse stories, then why do they always get mad at different versions of certain characters in live action or animated series? I'm no therapist, but it could probably be childhood trauma for all I know. I love the different takes that the series has, feeding us breadcrumbs to what is yet to come. I love that they use the original suit and the car and also the not so developed Batcave to show us that he's still new to this but true to this. Is he scary? Definitely. I'd be pretty terrified if he approached me in the middle of the night with those intentions. Is it consistent? Absolutely. This is Bruce's first year as Batman, so it makes sense for him to have some slip-ups.
This was done to you. You were driven over the edge. Don't start growing a conscience now, Dead. Just help yourself, that's all I'm saying.
It felt intentional to highlight that he's still a rookie and figuring things out. Yes, the animation style might have reminded you of the Batman animated series, but this is a different universe with its unique twist. I don't understand why some comic book readers and fans of various adaptations struggle with this. The characters might be different, but that's just part of exploring new stories. Instead of focusing on the changes, consider how they impact the story. It's all about keeping an open mind and embracing new perspectives.
The world's changing, boys. Time we change too.
My honorable mention character is Onomatopoeia. In just a short time, he was really entertaining, especially with his unique approach of studying Batman while he fights his goons, dodging his moves, and adding sound effects.
Swish, crack, whoosh, biff, bam, bye.
As for my favorite episode, it's definitely the Stress Her Regard from episode 5. I guess I'm drawn to shows that incorporate therapy, and it was fascinating to see Harley struggle to uncover Bruce's secret while inflicting psychological trauma on others.
If if I didn't know any better. I think you really are the shallow cardboard cutout you pretend to be.
I'm sorry I've been away. However, I think it's time to change how we do things around here.